You shouldn't have to change anything about yourself to fit a certain aesthetic or romanticize the things about your daily life. You can just be you and let that uniqueness and authenticity shine through. I feel like that truly is such a good feeling, to actually accept yourself and your life for everything that it is. Everybody, and welcome to Katie's Corner. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys 6 ways to start romanticizing your life, and I'm actually talking about your life, not some idealized version of yourself or somebody else's life altogether. I'm going to be going over 6 ways that really help me feel happy and joyful about everyday moments in my life, and going over some of my thoughts on what it truly means to romanticize your life. I feel like a lot of times romanticize your life kind of gets confused with creating this unattainable version of yourself that just isn't genuinely realistic to the life that you actually live on the daily. And I like to think of coming at romanticizing your life as actually finding gratitude for the little things that make your life yours, the little things that are authentic to you, the way that you dress, the way that you decorate, the things that you do every day that are things that you truly enjoy. I feel like your authenticity really can shine even brighter when you focus on romanticizing your life. Don't worry, the goal of this video is not to make you feel like your life is not good enough. The goal of this video is to make you see that your life definitely is good enough and it is worthy of being romanticized just the way it is. So the first thing I think is really important when romanticizing your life is to pay attention to the little things. Every moment that happens in your life, you are the one that adds meaning to that. And if you are really looking for it, nothing is insignificant. Every moment is such a blessing that we are here to experience it. And I actually think there are so many things to be grateful for just in your everyday life that maybe you might not have noticed without taking a closer look and consciously reflecting on the things that you are happy to have. And I feel like this can also mean going the extra step. I used to be like, oh no, that would be too much work to light a candle or an incense, anything like that. Maybe set the scene to make it a little more aesthetic just for my own enjoyment, not for anybody else. And I feel like I would often skip over that just because I'd be like, well, no, I could just have my tea without lighting a candle, without doing those extra steps. And instead now I feel like that is a huge part of making my life feel special to me. Instead of just making a cup of tea, sitting and drinking it, I would make myself a cup of tea, light a candle, maybe put some kind of ambiance on the TV, some peaceful music, and then I can enjoy my tea that way and let myself have a little moment of self-care instead of just rushing through it and seeing it as something that happens every day, something that isn't worthy of being paid attention to, because I truly believe every little moment in your life is totally worthy of being paid attention to. The second thing that I truly feel helps me romanticize my life is taking little pictures and videos of the things that brought me a little bit of joy or I thought looked pretty throughout the day. Anything that makes me happy, I usually will take a photo of it just because I feel like it always ends up looking better than I think on camera, and I just like to have those little snapshots so I can look back and see, you know what, my life actually is a little bit aesthetic, and I feel like it's a little happiness boost and it helps me feel good about myself. So I can't recommend this enough. It is one of the biggest things I feel like that helped me change my viewpoint on the everyday things that I do in my life. So step up your photo game. Your life is probably a lot more aesthetic than you think. You could even start like a little photo dump account or even like a Pinterest account where you can post all these photos. I feel like it's really satisfying for me to see them all kind of stacked up. I really like Lemon 8 for this reason. That kind of stuff just really helps me feel a lot better about my daily actions, the things I'm doing in my life, and helps me see, you know what, my life is good, it's worthy, and I don't need to be more like anybody else, and I don't need to change things drastically in my life. The third thing that I feel like is a big thing for romanticizing your life, and honestly maybe even the foundation, is having gratitude. for each little thing. Even if it didn't work out the way you originally wanted it to, and even when it's just something small, have gratitude for that. Recognize each moment and have gratitude for being able to experience it. When things do work out the way we wanted it to, we can have gratitude for that. And when they don't, maybe take a step back and see how this might feed into a bigger picture, how this might eventually lead to a better outcome in the future. Even if it's not exactly what you wanted now, this could be setting you up for even better opportunities. I feel like having gratitude helps you keep your spirits up, it helps you stay positive, and it's going to keep you in a mind space to keep going after those opportunities versus being discouraged by viewing it as something so negative. So I like to do a journaling exercise at least a couple of times a week, if not every day, just to gather my thoughts on what things I'm feeling grateful for. And I usually will do different prompts. This is the ones that I used most recently. The prompts I am answering for myself are, what am I grateful for right now? Just reflecting on some of the things that are good and positive in my life right now that I am very grateful to have. And the second one is, what are some good things that have happened this month? So I can write down any accomplishments, any positive things that have really flowed into my life, any abundance that has come in, and reflect on how this month has been good. And I find that this is especially a good prompt for when I've felt like I've had a little bit of a rough month. It helps me see that there is still positivity, there is still good things happening, and everything is going to work out for the best. And number 3 is just, when was the last time something worked out for the best but wasn't what I originally wanted? And I feel like this has been a big part of helping me see, okay, things might actually be working out for the best. Maybe I don't need to stress on it so much because I overthink a lot. So if you also have that problem, you might benefit from this as well. I feel like the last time this happened for me is when I changed locations for my old job. Instead of working at the location I had originally been working at, I was moved to one like literally just 15 minutes away. So no big deal on the commute, but I was like, oh man, my coworkers, I'm gonna miss them, which I did, of course. But I ended up flourishing so much more in this new location. I was able to become manager. I was actually able to do the tasks that I wanted to do, which was juicing, because it was a juice bar and we only juiced at that specific location. So it opened up a lot more opportunities for me and definitely ended up being the better option, even though in the moment I was upset. I was like, man, I miss my old location. I don't want to be here anymore. I made a mistake. But in the end, it worked out perfectly. And I feel like that's just one example. I could bring up so many of times that things have actually worked out for the better, even when I thought they weren't. So take a little time to think about some of your own stories, take a little bit of time to reflect on what you're grateful for, and yeah, I feel like that is a big portion of romanticizing your life, is learning to be grateful for the things you have. The 4th thing is to put a little extra time and effort into self-care. Let yourself have some time that is just for you. Let yourself do the things that you enjoy. Just put a little extra effort into your goals and your self-care. Let yourself have time that's just for you, where you don't have to worry about anything else. Time to just focus on what you want to do, things that you enjoy, and taking a moment to refresh and recenter. I feel like when we are living in our authentic energy, we are also more inclined to do the things that are genuinely appealing to us. So find some hobbies that you like if you don't already have some. Take a little extra time to take a long shower, take a bath, make yourself a cup of tea, read your book, whatever self-care is to you. Take time to do that. And like we talked about in the first tip, set the ambiance for yourself. Go the extra step. Show yourself that you are worthy of time and effort, and don't cut yourself short. Let yourself have a beautiful experience that you have created for yourself. I feel like that is such a healing part of self-care for me. It's like, okay, I'm doing this for myself. I'm worthy of just taking this time to just be myself and focus on myself and my well-being. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is planning things that will give you something to look forward to, give you something to get excited about, and really help you see that, okay, my life is fun and my life is worthy of being romanticized. So plan trips, hangouts, dates, self-care days. Maybe start a class that you've been looking at, try something new that you've been wanting to learn how to do. Find the things that you enjoy and start making them a priority. I like to pencil in a few things onto my calendar each month just so that I don't forget, and that helps me hold myself accountable too. Once I see it in my calendar, I'm like, okay, I actually have to show up for this, even if it is just like a self-care date or a solo date. And being able to follow through with the things that I have planned just helps reinforce my trust in myself that I'm going to do the things that I say I will. So that's just an extra bonus. And I feel like when you are actually going out, when you're actually planning fun things, when you're actually experiencing life, it is so much easier to romanticize your life. It doesn't have to be anything big or anything serious. It could literally just be going for a walk, going for a picnic, going to the bookstore, going out for a coffee date with a friend. Just like I said, give yourself things to look forward to. This also gives you a lot more things to take little picture or video diaries of, so that's an added bonus too. And then my last tip for you guys is to start decorating how you want, and that also includes your clothes. Start wearing the things you want, start decorating your space with the things that you want in it. Let your authenticity shine and don't worry about what other people think. It doesn't have to fit the next trending aesthetic on social media. It's supposed to bring you joy, so don't worry so much about everybody else. Your happiness is what truly matters, especially when it comes to things like self-expression, so let yourself shine. Start viewing your life and style as worthy of having its own aesthetic. It doesn't have to fit something or have any kind of name. Your aesthetic can just be unique to you. Like these bunny earrings. Do you think I care that if anybody likes these? No, they're just cute, so I'm gonna wear them. So make sure you're romanticizing your life and not anybody else's. Stop comparing yourself, because comparison really is the thief of joy. You shouldn't have to change anything about yourself to fit a certain aesthetic or romanticize the things about your daily life. You can just be you and let that uniqueness and authenticity shine through. I feel like that truly is such a good feeling, to actually accept yourself and your life for everything that it is. So if you are going to make any changes, you should make them from your heart. So only do them if you feel called to it. Don't do it because somebody else makes you feel like you should or is telling you that you should. The only person that you have to make happy is you. So remember, it is not selfish. Yeah, stop worrying so much about what other people think. Have gratitude, love yourself, love your life, and just show up every day in that authenticity. Let your own light shine. If you would like to see any of my other content, I will have all my social medias linked down below. On my Instagram, I do post more fitness-based and inspirational content, so if you'd like to see more of that, definitely check that out. So that is all that I have for you guys in today's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you leave. Maybe turn on those post notifications. Only if you want to, of course. But other than that, I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!